He had fire in his belly. Hi guys, visiting Coorg was on my bucket list for very long time. Therefore, I made it to Coorg, guys. If you are a die-hard nature lover, Coorg is the place for you. Coorg has lush green coffee plantations which is growing among tall trees with serpentine creepers climbing them, and these creepers belong to various types of spices. Also, the enchanting scenic beauty with flora along the numerous nature trails. If you are a typical tourist who wants to visit internationally famous and easily recognizable monuments in the backdrop of your selfie for Instagram or Facebook or any other social platform, then you may as well give Coorg a miss and go elsewhere. Furthermore, Coorg doesn't have a very well developed infrastructure for tourists. Now let's start our journey to Coorg. There are two ways to reach Coorg by road. One is from Mysore and the other is from Bangalore. It takes about 6.5 hours from Bangalore or Bangalore. We undertook a road journey from Bangalore airport by a taxi. After undergoing the ordeal of Bangalore infamous traffic jams for about 2 hours, there was a respite when we hit the highway. And when we hit, lo and behold, our driver pointed out on the highway the location where Bollywood legend film Sholay was shot. Yes, do you recall Sholay? I had an instant flashback and recall of famous dialogue of Gabbar Singh.
कितने आदमी थे?
Well, we halted for lunch at a roadside eatery along the way. Just a word of caution, be careful what you order. All the dishes are fiery and very spicy. The entire route was dotted with coconut trees as far as your eye could see. We were very pleasantly surprised with aroma and fragrance of white coffee flowers as we entered Coorg. The coffee plantation was in full bloom, hence the entire atmosphere was aromatic. We believe these flowers last for about a week, and we felt very lucky to be there in Coorg at this time. We stayed at a resort called Woodstock, which was reasonably comfortable. However, there was no liquor bar and no liquor drinking in public was permitted. The famous Coorgi dish pondi, that is pork curry, was also not served there. Next day, we chose to start our tour with Omkeshwara temple. As you can see, the temple. After completing the visit to the temple, we decided to give a miss to other monuments, the so-called monuments of in Medicary like fort, Raja's seat, etc., and instead opted to take guided tour of Spice Garden. The tour was a very short trek along a serpentine route, very ably conducted by Tejas, our guide. The coffee plantation was in full bloom. And we could see flowers blooming as well as coffee berries in various stages of ripening and colors, which we found rather very interesting. We were explained these flowers after they bloom, it takes quite a number of months for it to give berries. Then Tejas explained to us nuances of various types of coffees and the associated flavors that go with it. There was also a complete range of spices grown in this spice garden, mainly peppers, white and black, green cardamom, black cardamom, oregano, basil, bay leaves, rosemary, nutmeg, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, cloves, and some more. The narrative on diverse spices given by Tejas made it more spicy apart from being informative and educative. Pure honey was also collected here as well as cultivated here, and Tejas explained to us the various types of honey and the advantages. At the end of the spice trail, we were taken to their store, which had a very wide range of spices with wider range of prices. Eager to taste Kodava cuisine, in particular Pondi or pork curry, we were looking for Coorg cuisine restaurants. The only one we could find had 1 hour waiting. Next, we searched for any global multi-cuisine restaurant in downtown. We could not find any. Maybe we were looking in the wrong places. Therefore, we settled for an Udupi restaurant, which were plenty. After lunch, we headed for Abbey Falls, which was around 200 steps walking down. I noticed people going down were looking excited. However, the returning travelers appeared rather crestfallen. That in itself tells the story if it was worth enduring 400 steps to the fall and back when you can't even enter the water. Back in the resort, an enchanting sunset at dusk and enticing moon at dawn were the saving grace. We headed for so talked about Dubare Elephant Camp. The entry to the camp itself was a dampener. Literally. If you find balancing yourself on uneven ground difficult, I recommend do not attempt to cross the river on precariously placed sandbags on slippery riverbed. It defies logic as to why a causeway or foot overbridge is not built by the authorities on the approach to the camp, which is touted as a tourist spot. Anyway, panting and gasping, I somehow made it to the camp. Contrary to what many bloggers have stated, there was no touching or bathing or riding the elephants, even after paying an entry fee of rupees 100. One elephant, however, did show that he had fire in his belly. Huffing and puffing, I reached back and headed for Golden Temple. While there, bad approach road greeted us. But there was respite on entering the temple. Even then, there was work in progress. But smiling Buddha gave us relief. a great relief. Thus, our trip to Coorg ended. Main takeaway is if you are a die-hard nature lover, go for it. Otherwise, look for an alternative to save your time, money, as well as to avoid disappointment. See you on the next sojourn. If you like this episode, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.